My name is Jane Shirley, and my password is popcorn. And here is my audience. So let's see. You guys can wave, so they know I didn't make you out of cardboard. All right. Okay. Looks pretty good from there. So let's go ahead and get started. My name is Jane Shirley, and today I'm going to give you a speech for public speaking. My password is popcorn, and we'll go ahead and get started from there. The Department of Health and Human Services recommends 150 minutes of aerobic activity every week for the average adult. This breaks down to about 20 minutes per day, a little bit more. Not too bad. We could all probably go for a 20-minute walk, 20-minute maybe jog even, leisurely stroll and be okay, right? But what about if it was the summertime? This is Arizona. It'd be a little bit warm. We might need to bring some water. Still not too bad, right? Now, what if at the end of this 20 minutes, I asked you to pick up a 40-pound object and then carry it back another 20 minutes? In fact, what if I asked you to do this with no water? And what if that 40-pound object was actually the only water you were going to have access to for the next 24 hours? I know that sounds dramatic, but it's going on in the world today. The average water carrying container used in Africa is called a jerry can, and it weighs about 40 pounds when it's full. That's the size of an extremely overpacked suitcase. The average distance most women and children travel to fetch water, according to Water for the Ages, is 3.7 miles. That's actually a little bit over an hour rather than a little over 20 minutes when we're referencing the leisurely stroll we talked about earlier. Now, I know I'm getting really specific here, but it's important. Water scarcity is a real problem for real people today. First of all, what is water scarcity and who does it affect? It is most prevalent in India and Asia, but it's happening in almost every continent in the world. According to the WaterAid organization and water.org, 1/3 of people in the world don't have access to a toilet. The Water Project says that 1 in 9 don't have access to clean, safe drinking water. That's 783 million people in the world, about twice as many that are living in the United States. The World Health Organization estimates that by 2025, half of the people living in this world will be living in a water-stressed region. Water scarcity means the lack of sufficient water to supply the human needs of that area. Now, I know these are really jaw-dropping numbers, but it's not numbers we're talking about. It's people. It's human beings. So what does the human side of water scarcity look like? It's not much better. First of all, every minute, a newborn baby in this world dies because there's no access in that area to clean water for the medical environment, for drinking, for anyone around. That means by the time I'm done with this speech, 7 babies will have lost their lives because of water scarcity, a problem in most of this world. Even the ones that are surviving are not surviving well. They're plagued with diarrhea, typhoid, cholera, dysentery. These are all effects of drinking contaminated water, which is about all that these people have to drink most of the time. And water scarcity doesn't just affect the physical health of the people it's affected by. It affects everything from education to the workforce. Most girls stop going to school when they hit puberty because it's too embarrassing to go to a place that doesn't have facilities to use to clean up when they start menstruating. They don't have access to running water for this problem, so they start staying home. And in fact, these girls are the ones that are sent to fetch those 40-pound jugs that we were talking about earlier. Now, imagine being a kid sitting in school that you do get to stay in. And we all experience this. I know we have educators here. Imagine sitting and you're trying so hard to pay attention to your teacher, but you're thinking about what you had for lunch and the friend you're going to play with after school, and it's so hard to concentrate because it's been a long day of school. Now imagine trying to concentrate with pains in your stomach because you haven't had water for 3 days, or the water you have had was contaminated, and having nowhere to go take care of that. By now, I hope I've made it clear that there is a problem, but I also want to make it clear that there is a solution. That solution is water.org. Water.org was founded when Gary White went to India and observed a woman making about $2 a day trying to pay back a 125% interest rate water loan, just so she could have access to a toilet in her house. Now, being aware that we can't just buy a bunch of water and send it to the people who need it, as great as that would be, Water.org takes a little bit of a different approach. They use something called water equity. Water equity relies on water credit. This means that regions that can support this financial program will have loans made to the people that need the access. These loans average about $187 per loan, and they have a 99% repayment rate. They're low interest, so these people are able to pay it back. They also have a new ventures fund, which funds the research both economically and physically of how to provide these people more water and more access to the hygienic benefits of having clean water. There are several ways to get involved in Water.org. You can donate, you can start a fundraiser of your own, you can run or compete in this work for the cause. You can even just use your voice on social media and make the cause known about. The rewards of contribution to water scarcity, or to ending water scarcity, go far beyond just helping the people that it's affected by. There's actually a lot of financial return in this donation. According to the World Health Organization, every $1 that you donate towards water sanitation and ending water scarcity comes back as $3 to $34 into the economy. That's because these people are able to go to school, they're able to go to work, they're not spending 40 hours a week walking to get their water, and they're able to be more productive because they're not dying. Another benefit of donating to water sanitation, UNICEF says that for every 10% literacy increase we can see in women, their economy will be boosted by 0.3%. It's easy to forget that water scarcity is going on in the world today. We're very fortunate. We don't have to see it often, if ever. But it's an issue and it's killing people every day. It's lowering the economy and the quality of life for the ones surviving it. You don't have to find water and personally deliver it to be part of this solution. It's a problem, but it's a solvable one. You don't even have to go to these places and see what's really going on to be a part of solving this problem. The next time that you use a toilet, or you drink filtered water, or you water your plants, and you can do this all in the comfort of your own home, and without carrying anything much heavier than a watering can, I want you to ask yourself the questions that I've been asking myself this week. Have I done everything that I can to make this possible for someone else? Can I skip that $5 Starbucks I'm going to buy tomorrow? Can I maybe not eat out one extra time this month? And make it possible for someone to know what it feels like in their own home to turn on a faucet or use a toilet? The answer is yes, I can. And yes, you can. And water.org is the way that we're going to do that. Thank you.